Okay, now I'm just going to make some cute little visor on her. And I'm using my thinning shears to do this, and the reason I'm doing that is it's going to give it a little bit more natural look, but the thinning shears will actually help to catch that hair a little bit better. So a lot of times when you try to do this with straight shears, as you cut, the hair kind of slides out of the shears. Unless you've got a shear with a serrated edge, a lot of times the hair will kind of slide out of the shear and you keep ended up with jagged edges. But if you use your thinning shears, and I'm using them at a little bit of an angle, so you can see that I'm holding them out at a little bit of an angle, which is going to make the hair a little shorter closer to her eye and a little bit longer on top. And that's going to give her a really cute little visor look. I'm going to comb everything from the back of her head forward. And I'm going to angle that right back to the outside corner of her eye. Okay, now this hair right in front of her lip, very carefully. I'm going to take that stuff off because she's only going to suck that back into her mouth anyway. Now a lot of times on your Shih Tzus, you get this one piece of hair here in the center that always seems to stick out no matter how many times you've gone back over it. You always get that one little hanger right there. Well, what I usually do is I'll pull her top skull back and just go in there with my thinning shears and take that hair right out of the stop. And it's that little hair and that little curve right there that ends up sticking back into the face. Okay, so I've combed everything forward and we've trimmed a really cute visor, and now we can see Maybelline, what a cute little face she has. But then I'm going to take everything back. I'm going to bring the ear forward, comb everything on her top skull back, and I'm going to take this off with my thinning shears. And so that way, no matter which way she puts her head, whether she's stiff in the ground or she's looking up at Mom when she comes to pick her up, the hair is going to fall and it's going to stay nice and neat. So that's why it's important to comb the hair back and forth in different directions. The same thing with this side. I'm just going to hold her ear forward, and all this junky stuff that's hanging off behind her ear, I'm just going to kind of use this and kind of follow a circle back down into her chin.
And if you're a new groomer, these thinning shears are a lot more forgiving than a pair of straights or a pair of curves when you're going around this area. Because once you make a mistake with a straight or a curve, it's there. There's basically no way to erase it. And with this, you take more strokes or more swipes at it with the thinning shear, but it looks a lot more natural. And if you do make a mistake, it's a lot easier to blend it in.
Okay, and then I'm just going to do a nice short little face on her. I'm going to kind of follow this little lip line right here. So any of this stuff that's going to curve into her mouth and get caught and wrapped around her teeth and everything, I'm going to take that off. If you comb everything back, good girl. Don't need that. I find if you comb this hair back here from her nose straight back towards her eyes, this stuff that's sticking up right here, if you take that off with your thinning shears, that way when the dog pants and opens its mouth, you're not going to have that big bulk of hair sticking out on the back corner of the mouth into the cheek. Okay, just going to clean up in front of her ear a little bit. And you can also come in this area right here. A lot of times what I'll do, just to kind of keep this area clean, is a lot of these dogs with drop ears tend to get bad ear infections. So I'll just go in with my Chromato and just skim the hair on the very inside part of the ear, just that very you know, I'm not getting into the flap of the ear at all. I'm just doing the very front part of the ear, and that just kind of takes away a little bit of that hair and helps the air to get into the ear better. Okay, and then I'm just gonna, sweetheart, just take a little bit of length off of her ears. We've got a real short head, so we're not going to leave long hanging dangly ears. We're going to trim those ears so they blend in with the rest of her head. And again, I'm doing them with my thinning shears because it just gives it a softer, a little bit more natural look. Good girl, May. Okay, so that way her ears kind of blend into her chin hair. You know, I don't want them to, if they hang below, it's going to distract from her cute little face. So I want the ears to just be kind of level with the length of the hair that we've left on her chin. Okay, now I'm just going to make some cute little visor on her, and I'm using my thinning shears to do this, and the reason I'm doing that is it's going to give it a little bit more natural look, but the thinning shears will actually help to catch that hair a little bit better. So a lot of times when you try to do this with